Hello students, welcome to Kakarla Academy. As part of Kakarla Academy's Andhra Pradesh Geography lecture series, today we are going to discuss the fourth unit of Andhra Pradesh Geography, the soils of Andhra Pradesh. This chapter forms very important in terms of marks, fetching marks in your examinations, because one question could be possibly asked from this soils chapter. Soils. And it is also important because soils have been mentioned in economic survey of Andhra Pradesh as 22 categories based on Andhra Pradesh Space Application Center. Based on Andhra Pradesh Space Application Center's data, Andhra Pradesh having 22 different types of soils. That's why, as it was directly mentioned in the economic survey, it forms very important. And it is before going to understand what exactly and what are different types of soils in Andhra Pradesh, let us see this map, because this map has been taken from Andhra Pradesh Space Application Center. This map you could not able to see the various types of soils that were mentioned in this image, because this image itself is very small. I have taken this image from the original website of Andhra Pradesh Space Application Center. That's why you could not see here, but I am going to discuss different types of soils that are present in Andhra Pradesh. See, what is mean by soil? Before going to understand what are different types of soils in Andhra Pradesh, let us see what exactly mean by soil. What type of material that is called as soil? Soil can be defined as the mixture of it is a mixture of organic it is a mixture of organic, inorganic minerals, minerals, gases, and liquids, and liquids, and also different biota, that means different biological organisms. So it is a mixture of organic, inorganic, minerals, gases, liquid, and other microscopic organisms that were formed due to the process of withering and present over the surface layer of parent rock. This is a holistic definition that could be said for the soil. Soil is a mixture of organic, inorganic, minerals, gases, liquids, and other biota, that means microscopic organisms that are present over the surface layer of a parent rock material that were formed due to the process of withering. That is what the soil means. The process of studying the formation of soil, the process of formation of soils is known as pedogenesis. Pedogenesis is the evolution, the formation of soil from parent rock material. That is pedogenesis. The science of studying the chemical physical properties of soils is known as pedology. Pedology means the science of studying the soil's physical and chemical properties. Okay, this is soil. Whereas the formation of soil, for the formation of 1 meter of soil, 1 meter thickness of soil takes place around 10,000 years. It takes about 10,000 years for the formation of 1 meter thickness of soils. Whereas erosion makes in just matter of 1 hour, the erosion leads to the washing away of upper surface layer, that is upper soils. Soil may be fertile or infertile based on its economical significance, based on its agricultural productivity, agricultural capability. The soil can be defined as fertile or infertile. Fertility or infertility is the characteristic that was measured based on its economical advantages. Okay, that is a different aspect. How the soil is formed, you could see here. This is a parent rock material. This is simply parent rock material. That parent rock material have been exposed to different climatic conditions over a large period of time. As I said, it takes around 10,000 years for the formation of 1 meter thickness of soil. This is parent rock material. When the parent rock material, when it was barren, the parent rock material may be formed due to solidification of lava. It is formed due to solidification of lava sheets, or it may be newly exposed from ocean bottom surface. Ocean bottom. It may be newly exposed from ocean bottom surface. So the parent rock material could be exposed in this manner. It may be either solidified because of the lava explosion. When lava come onto the surface of the earth, it may be solidified. After some years, that solidified rock will become the basement and parent rock material for the formation of other types of soils. Or it may be when ocean water recedes. When ocean water recedes back, the ocean bottom surface will be exposed to the outer environment. So in this manner also the parent rock material will be exposed. When this parent rock material have been continuously exposed to sun and different rain, other pressure, moisture, moisture, gravity, all this factor leads to gradual degradation or withering of upper parent rock material that finally results into formation of a thin layer that is known as soil. When the soil is formed, that soil gives the scope for the growth of other plants. When the soil is formed, it will plants, trees, other microscopic organisms could be grow over that region. That leads to further intensification of soil formation. Further intensification of soil formation and see larger trees. Earlier, small grasses, here no plant material, no any kind of living material is there. But later, some kind of small plants like grasses, herbs, such kind of plants have been grown. Later, it paved way for to the shrubs or small sized trees. Later, it was given birth to formation of large sized trees and other vegetation. This is how the soil is formed. So before going to introduce what are different types of soils present in Andhra Pradesh, the intention of mentioning what exactly mean by soil is for your better understanding. However, I will discuss the different types of soils and what are the soil formation process very elaborately in case of Indian geography. But for Andhra Pradesh geography, that is not required. Just simply understand the geographical phenomena with respect to the Andhra Pradesh. Okay. And coming to the different types of soils found in Andhra Pradesh, in India, Indian Council of Agriculture Research classified Indian soils into 8 types. 8 types of soils have been recognized by the Indian Council of Agriculture Research. However, if these 8 soils have been divided into within a major category, so many soils could be seen. For example, if black soil is taken, in this black soil, deep black, moderately black, shallow black, blackish brown. So different subcategories have been could be seen in major types of soil. But however, all these subcategories have been categorized into 8 major types of soil. So Indian Council of Agriculture classified 8 types of soils in India. Okay. Then coming to the soils of Andhra Pradesh. The socio-economic survey of Andhra Pradesh, even this year document 2019-20 document also and 18-19 document also mentioned 22 types of different soils. 22 types of soils have been mentioned by socio-economic survey, Andhra Pradesh socio-economic survey. These 22 types of soils, who measured this? As I said earlier, Andhra Pradesh Space Application Center. Andhra Pradesh Space Application Center is an agency under the Ministry of Information Technology, under the government of Andhra Pradesh. It is an autonomous body. This actually works for the geometrics. That means measuring all kind of geological and earth related information, and this compiled information will be provided to the respective government departments, and these departments utilize the data, and based on that economic survey have been formed. So these 22 types of soils, out of these 22 types of soils, 10 types of soils are very much prominent. 10 types of soils, these 10 types of soils occupies 88% of geographical area. 88% of geographical area. Remaining 12 types of minor types of soils. Minor soils, they are not important for our discussion, because that kind of soils, if we see, as I said earlier, for example, if red soils are taken, deep red, shallow red, reddish yellow, reddish yellow, reddish brown, these kind of different types of subcategory of soils have been present within one major category of soil. That's why minor types of soils are not important. Major types of soils which occupy 88% of geographical area, these soils we are going to discuss here. Even in these 10 types of soils, we are going to discuss only 5 types of soils, because as I said earlier, many subcategories of soils, all the different subcategories of soils comes under these 5 categories. And you could take example these kind of soils also. In alluvial soils, if we see coastal alluvial soils and deltaic alluvial soils. So two different types of soils have been present within one major category of soil. That's why we don't go into very microscopic geographical representation of soil or any kind of microscopic economical viabilities. So major 5 types of soils we are going to see in case of Andhra Pradesh. The same kind of map I have put here for your so 22 categories. These 22 categories of soils could be seen here, but that image is not very much clear. Let us move on to the different types of soils, the major category of soils present in Andhra Pradesh. First important soil for our discussion is red soils. Red soils. So how these red soils have been formed? Why I said this is important kind of soil? This is the soil about 65% of geographical area. About 65% of geographical area of Andhra Pradesh have been occupied by these red soils. Red soils, the name derived due to its red color. Due to its red color, red soils got its name. Then how these red color have been occurred? How the soils have been present in this red color? See, if you see the origin of red soils have been originated due to withering of granite rocks. Due to withering of granite rocks. Granite rocks are one kind of lava rocks. These are intrusive igneous rocks. When I am discussing the Indian geography, there I will discuss different types of rocks: granitic rocks, basaltic rocks, schist, quartzite. All these types of rocks we are going to discuss there. But here you just understand granite is one form of volcanic rock that is present within the interior of the earth. If this granite rock exposed to the outer environment, this rock will be acted upon by different environmental factors such as sunlight, rain, pressure, moisture, human activity, animal activity, microbial activity. All this leads to the withering of these granite rock, and that's why the granite rock withering results into formation of red soil. And also this red soil is because of the presence of iron oxides. So red color of the soils are due to two factors. One is it contains iron oxides, and it is because of the red colored nature of parent rock material, that is granite. Okay, these are the two important factors that resulted into red color of the soils. So this is the large group of soils. About 65% of Andhra Pradesh geographical area have been occupied by these type of red color soils. Coming to chemical property of these red soils, these are deficient in nitrogen and deficient in phosphorus. Apart from this nitrogen and phosphorus, other elements and other trace elements and minerals which are required, nutrients required for the growth of vegetation are adequately present. For example, potassium, that is calcium. Potassium is known as calcium. Potassium and magnesium, potash, all these kind of minerals have been adequately found in these type of soils. But however, two major minerals, nitrogen and phosphorus, are deficient. That's why these type of soils required intensive fertilization. Fertilizers are highly required to cultivate these type of soils. Fertilizers are so much requirement is there with this fertilization only we could get better productivity of red color soils. Then coming to the third aspect where these soils are present. This is very important. For any regional geography, the geographical presence of a particular kind of geographical phenomena is very important. So about all the 13 districts of Andhra Pradesh have this red color soil. As I said, red color is the largest group of soil in Andhra Pradesh. That is, it is present in all the 13 districts of Andhra Pradesh. But where it is largely present, where it is least present, that we are going to see now. Red color soils are very largely present in Prakasham district. You could see here Prakasham district, Chitturu, Prakasham district, Chitturu, Nelluru, Anantapur, Vishakhapattanam, Vishakhapattanam, and Vijayanagaram. Vijayanagaram. These are the districts that are having this is the first category of districts. That means large proportion of red soils. Large proportion of red soils. This is first category. Then the second category of soils that are having moderately, that means not the entire geographical area of a particular district, but to moderate extent, red color soils could be seen in East Godavari, East Godavari. I could I could draw lines like this so that you could better identify. So East Godavari, Kadapa, East Godavari, Kadapa, Karnool, Karnool, Srikakulam, Srikakulam, and Krishna district These are the districts that are having moderate presence of red color soils. Then the third category of state that is having least category of red color soil. Already 12 districts have been completed. So Guntur is the district that is having least, that means very small proportion of red soils. Guntur is the district that is having very small proportion of red color soils. So I could depict this with small dots. Okay. With this location of map, with this viewing of map, you could better remember. That is the idea of placing the maps in each and every slide that I am going to discuss. Okay. So this kind of questions can be possibly asked. Which is the district that is having which district is having the smallest proportion of red soils? Answer, Guntur. So these kind of questions will also be asked. Unless you better understand the geography, then you could not able to answer. Mere by hearting these kind of questions not required. If you understand the geographical phenomena, automatically it will get memorized. Okay. So this is the red soils and the crops which are very prominently grown in red soil. Red soils are meant for pulses. Pulses are very extensively grown in red soils. What are different types of pulses? Red gram, horse gram, black gram. This kind of grams, pulses can be grown. And also oil seeds, sunflower, groundnut, castor seeds. This type of oil crops, oil seeds also extensively grown. If proper irrigation facilities are provided, if proper irrigation and fertilizers are provided, paddy, sugarcane, and cotton can also be grown with this technological advancement. No soil is completely deficient, and no soil could be kept under different types of agriculture. So that means our technology made it possible to cultivate different types of crops in different types of soils. Okay. Apart from this, maize, jowar, all these type of soils could also be grown in case of red color soil. Let us move on to black color soils. Black soils are also called as self-ploughing soils. Self-ploughing soils are regur soils. Regur or self-ploughing soils. Why they are called self-ploughing? In case of during the soils have black soils have very much capacity of moisture retention. The soils that could store the moisture for a larger period. That means lot of moisture can be gathered, that can be held by the black soils. So during the summer season, when this moisture have been evaporated, and the deep cracks will be formed over the surface layer. Deep cracks will be formed, and these deep cracks results into proper aeration. Soils where deep cracks will be formed during the summer season or lean season, that results into intrusion of oxygen, that results into proper aeration of deeper layers of soil. That's why it automatically, what is the objective of ploughing? For the proper aeration. Proper aeration, that means oxygen supply. Proper aeration. If they naturally the cracks are formed, the oxygen from the atmosphere will enter into these deep cracks, and that results into proper aeration of the soils. That's why these kind of soils are known as self ploughing soils. Okay, coming to the this geographical area, about 25% of geographical area of Andhra Pradesh have been occupied by this black colored soil. How this black color is formed? How the soil got this black color? Because of two reasons. The black color of black soils is because of two reasons. It is due to the presence of titaniferous magnesia. Titaniferous magnesia, that is a kind of salt, that is a kind of mineral that is present in the black colored soil, and also because of the other reason, basically the parent rock material, that is basalt. As how the red color soils are formed from the granite rocks, the black color soils will be formed from the basalt rock. Basalt rock itself is black in color. Basalt rock itself is black in color. This is also a kind of volcanic rock. These are called extrusive igneous rocks. That means these are formed due to the solidification of lava over the surface of the earth. Granite will be formed within the surface of the earth. Basalt is formed over the surface of the earth. These basaltic rocks, due to the gradual withering, results into due to the pedogenesis, that results into formation of black colored soil. Titaniferous magnesia is the reason for the black colored soil, and also due to the natural black color of basaltic parent rock material. Some authors also write this is also because of iron oxides. Iron oxides may also be present. Iron oxides may also be present. That is a minor reason for the giving of for the, any kind of attribution of black color to these kind of soils. Then coming to the geographical distribution where the black soils could be seen, importantly the larger part of Rayalaseema, Kurnool you could see here, Kurnool, Kadapa, Guntur, Kurnool, Kadapa, Guntur, Anantapur. These are the districts that are having the first category. As I said, first category, that means larger proportions of black soils, larger proportions of black soils. The moderately the black soils could be seen in the districts of East Godavari, East Godavari, Krishna, Prakasham. These are the districts which are having moderate, moderate quantities or moderately presence of the black color soil. And the district that is having the least districts that is having the least proportion of black colored soil is Chittoor. As how the district that is having the least proportion of red color soil is Guntur, Chittoor is the district that is having the least proportion of black colored soils. Then apart from this, black soils could also be seen in isolated pockets of various mandals of districts. For example, Vayalpadu and Chandragiri mandal of Chittoor, Vayalpadu and Chandragiri mandal of Chittoor. Then Kanigiri, Giddaluru in Prakasham district, Kanigiri and Giddaluru in Prakasham district, Siddhavatam district of Kadapa, Siddhavatam district of Kadapa, Atmakur of Nellur, Tadipatri of Anantapur. So these are the isolated mandals where the larger extent, apart from the district information, If we go regionally down to the mandal level or village level information, geographical information, then some mandals have been isolatedly having the larger distribution of these colored, black colored soils. That's why these are the soils that are isolatedly present in different mandals of some districts. Okay, the important crops, the name itself says it is also known as cotton, regur or cotton soils, black cotton soils. That means because of the extensive cultivation of cotton over these regions of soils, these soils are very dominantly kept under cultivation of cotton. And also tobacco, cotton and tobacco are two important crops that are grown very extensively in case of black soils. Apart from this, chilies, paddy, sugarcane, etc. These kind of crops will also be grown in these black soils. Coming to the third category of soil, alluvial